Yeah, but y'all down that's like PD hoes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
It's your roof from Tassie, bouncing like a kid at a Bunnings. Sausage sizzle on a Saturday morn. Season 3's lit, laptop lifestyle, dad show, hero makers. Season is born from AI funnels to social selling grit. Now it's hero making time. Strap in, this is it, yo. I've hopped Tokyo's back streets, cop the LA glow, bringing yarns from the road, mate. Watch the wisdom flow from the kitchen bench, hustle to the big global stage. We're handing you the keys, now it's time to turn the page.
Watch you heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, then spreading across the land.
I'm the pumped up platypus from Sunny QA. More bounce than a kid who spotted the ice cream van. You see, two Wizzy dads, mate, bringing boom source seed, helping legends step up, take the driver's seat. We're not just here to yabba raw, spin ya a line. We're handing you the mic so your voice can shine. From Tassie to Tokyo, Goldie to Perth, hero makers worldwide, lifting leaders of worth.
Jeff Rules got the coffee double shot, mate, I'm wide. They platypus at the pool party, still floating our tide. Jeff from barbecues to boardrooms, we bring the yarns and the tools, helping legends lead strong and break all the rules.
See heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. And this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
Grab your brew, your notepad, and your crew. It's the laptop lifestyle dad show. Hero maker season, bringing heroes out of you.
Patty the rule, platypus bringing the tricks.
Hero makers podcast, your daily boom source fix.
Heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land. Heroes rise, then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
G'day legends, it's Jeff Ross here, tuning in from down in Tasmania, Australia. And yes, I like to lead with that, right? Because I bounce around the globe a fair bit. And today I'm home with my family down here in Tasmania. So g'day, what's crack-a-lackin', Daryl? It's good to see you on the call. Dazza, Stacey from South Australia. Hey, let us know where you're tuning in from around the globe, whether you're watching it live or you're watching the replay. And be good to just see how international our audience really is. I know we've got a lot of friends here in Australia and we've got a lot of friends in America just with the presence that we have online here. But I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Always curious about that. But today I wanted to get on and just speak from the heart. You know, you've heard me talk a lot about this thing called Texit lately. And I get it. You know, the whole crypto space, it creates a bit of a healthy, and it is very healthy, skepticism and a bit of hesitancy. And I was exactly the same as you, if you've ever been any of that, you know, when it came across my plate. You know, it actually came across my plate in around early March this year. And I love and respect the people who shared it with me. And I saw it as a distraction back then. And I've seen a few things like this and been a distraction. And then, you know, people get onto your attention. They get on your plate and they do it out of mutual respect and love, of course. And then someone that you deeply respect comes across and says, hey, Jeff, you've got to have a look at this. And that's what happened. You know, my friend Mike Tharp introduced me to Texit. And, you know, there was a few people who introduced it to me prior to that. But I jumped in and I had a good look at Texit. It was because of the person who I deeply respected and I deeply trusted. As I've seen Mike show up and do his thing for the last 3 years, he's an amazing educator, an amazing trainer in the gold and silver and in this crypto space. So because of that deep respect and that mutual respect in there, I thought, right, well, I'm actually doing some stuff already with Mike, with Finance Bro. I might as well have a look at Texit. And I want to talk about the skepticism here, and it's healthy to be skeptical. I really want to acknowledge that. It is very, very healthy to be skeptical. But where it gets into being a crutch, where it gets into being an issue, is when we start to stay in that skepticism and we actually choose to, whether you believe it or not, you choose to do it. We choose to be ignorant. We choose to be naive. I used to be an atheist 11 years ago. And I would say now on this side of this conversation, I was an ignorant, naive atheist. I didn't come into an open heart and open mind to really explore it until I did. So this is what I want to do. I want to share my story openly for you. And this isn't about hype. This is just about pure transparency. If you've ever thought this sounds too good to be true, this live is just for you. So continue to ask questions if you've got any questions. G'day, Belinda. G'day, Zoe. And I'm talking about this cryptocurrency. I'm talking about Texit today, but there is also a lot of wisdom in this conversation, right? And I truly understand the skepticism. I felt the same way when I first came across this. You know, that feeling, that emotional response that came up for me was tainted, and it was through a past experience. See, 3 years ago, I got into something a little bit similar to this. It was actually a higher investment. Sarah and I put in about 25,000 into a crypto-related opportunity. And we got a little bit of money back from that. And, you know, we started sharing that with our friends and family, and our friends and family got involved as well. And then, you know, a few months later, it turned out to be nothing but a long con and a scam. And, you know, so we lost money, our friends and family lost money, and we hurt, you know, and I take ownership of my part in that. You know, there was a lot of people that got hurt. And anything that I had been in that space in the crypto and the affiliate space in the past, I was judging from that experience. And I just put that wall up and that closed door up and said, nah, not interested. Don't want to go back to that hurt ever again. And with so many dodgy projects out there, that story is so common. But here's the thing, right? You're crazy not to ask the questions. You're crazy not to do your own research. You're crazy not to put that bias aside and come into this space with objective, with taking our emotions out of it and bringing the intelligence space into this space, right? Because when our emotions go higher, intelligence goes low. So I want you to acknowledge that that's what's happening in this space, and go into it with open eyes, open heart, and go in and do your own research, tick their own boxes. You've got to be at peace with your decisions when you move forward, right? But I totally understand how you feel. As I share, I felt the same way. I had the same doubts that most of you had. I nearly did pass on this opportunity. Actually, I did pass on it. And I reflect on that, me passing on the opportunity. I could have joined in March, not end of May. So there's a big 2 months, 8 week gap there that I could have joined. And when I reflect on the money that I left on the table because of that decision, because of that block, that emotional response, that's potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars down the road because of that hesitancy. And that's what it's, I'm glad that I jumped in when I did jump in, and I haven't regretted it all that, but I do regret the fact that I didn't come into this space and look at it with objective, open eyes and open heart. And question it and doubt it and challenge it rather than just having an emotional reaction, an emotional response and saying, nah. And look, I honestly felt, a little bit nervous like everybody else does, putting money into something that I don't completely understand. Like, I'm so new to this crypto space. I'm learning. I'm on a steep learning curve. I'm about 3.5 months into it, and I'm open now. And because I'm open, I'm learning. And I just got actually off a crypto roundtable with some really awesome guys from a men's metal group in Los Angeles on a virtual one. And I was listening to the wisdom of these guys, and they were using terms and stuff that I had no idea what they were talking about. I got a grasp of it, but I still didn't really know what they're talking about. But see, that's that caterpillar versus butterfly conversation. They're talking at butterfly levels. There are other butterflies in the room, but you've got to be that caterpillar munching on the leaves to turn into that butterfly, right? So that's that whole process, and going into it with an open mind and an open heart. You know, if you've ever felt nervous putting money into something new, if you've ever felt like, you know, you've been burnt before and you feel like you don't want to drag your mates into something that wasn't real, like this is for you. See, what I found in this whole conversation and what I found now on the other side of this conversation, after 3 months of watching, or 3 months of being involved in the conversation, or 3 months of learning and testing and helping support others in that conversation, the team and I have delivered exactly what they said they would deliver, you know, and the promises have been yes and been delivered on, so that trust has been cemented and has been built upon. And this is by far one of the most transparent projects I've ever been a part of, and to the point that, you know, they could be transparent sometimes to their own detriment, but that's not the thing, right? They're transparent in that space to make sure that they're building trust with everybody. And so much so, on the other side of this conversation, I now have 29 of these miners. I've reinvested back in. I only started with 1,000 to buy one miner. I'm now reinvested. I've got 29 of these miners. I've purchased another 13. And because of the community affiliate bonus, I've earned, you know, a couple of free ones as well. And so now we've got over $10,000 US dollars mined of this coin in our hot wallet. I've earned over $30,000 paid out in commissions over the last, well, really, that's the last 2 months, really. We've been in 3 months, but I didn't do anything the first month. So $30,000 paid out in community commissions from the community bonus. And now into this conversation, munching along on the leaves, you know, being that caterpillar, going through that transformational state, turning into that big, beautiful butterfly, I now can see very clearly this is something different. So for those of you who have ever felt skeptical like I was, I get it. I totally get it. And that skepticism is healthy, but you can't stay stuck there. Please do your own research, ask the right questions, wrestle with it, doubt it, challenge it, because that's where you'll come to your own truth of this conversation. And the only way to move forward is to doubt it and to go to clarity. You know, and you've got to have the conversations to get that clarity. You've got to ask the questions, do your own research to get that level of clarity. See, I went into this, yes, because I believed the person and trusted the person who brought me in. But I only started sharing it with the world once I got that level of clarity, that I knew that this was a safe space to invite people into. And by the way, you know, this is not a, you know, put the financial disclaimer in here for a second. I'm not a financial advisor. Cryptocurrency is a volatile sort of project, and people have lost money. I myself included have lost money in projects like this. So make sure you do your own research. But if you want to see if this could be a fit for you, if you want to explore it and do that research with me, because that's all I am, I'm just a guide on the journey, then drop a comment and say, let's go, Jeff, or jump on a call with me, do what you need to do. I'll give you what you need to be able to unpack this journey together. But once again, I'm only sharing my personal experience here. This is not financial advice, and crypto can be volatile and carries risk with it. So please only ever risk and research what you can afford to risk in your own, you know, space there. And also do seek professional advice. You know, make those financial decisions from a healthy, respectful, mutual, wisdom-based conversation, right? Now, if this was a scam, if this was something like that, do you think I'd be encouraging you to go do that? No. See, scams and cons, they hide in the dark, not shine everything in the light. That's how I know that I can discern that I'm in a safe space, in an environment that I'm happy to bring people into to help us to all bless and win together. Now, could this fall over tomorrow? You better believe it. You know what? Amazon could fall over tomorrow. I could walk out the door and get hit by a bus tomorrow. If I lived life in that fear, we would never get anywhere, right? Hey, Ricardo, how's Thailand going, buddy? I'm a little bit jealous, I must admit. The fear of missing out is kicking in, seeing all my Texit mates, you know, partying away in Thailand. I did have the opportunity to be there, but I chose to be, focus my attention on what I'm doing with Los Angeles Tribune and a few other projects, you know, that I thought I needed my attention. So that was a choice that I made. And when the opportunity did come around, I hesitated, and I'm not on in Thailand. You know, my mates Mike and Ricardo are. I probably should be there with them. But see, I own that choice. I own that decision. But I'm so grateful for jumping in and saying yes to Mike when he introduced me to Texit. I'm so grateful for the support and the community that we've had from Ricardo, from Steve, from Mike, from Angie, and the list goes on. I apologize if I missed anybody. I'm so grateful for the space and the environment of the transparency of the Texit community has been such a blessing to me. And so much so that I've now got my business partners involved. And here's the clicker. My mum has even started reaching out to me and asked, hey, Jeff, how do I get involved with Texit? I've been doing this online marketing space for 16 years, y'all. My mum has never asked me that question. My mum has never asked me, how can I join something that you're doing? So if that doesn't show you the light on what is happening here, then I don't know what will. But, I just want to come back to the audience here and say g'day. So g'day, Laura. G'day, Trish. G'day, Daryl. So good to have you on the call here. Hey, Ricardo, mate, we've got to have a one-on-one. I want to hear all of the scuttlebutt that's happening in Thailand. I'm missing out. You got to get me in the loop. You got to get me in the loop, brother. Trish, g'day. It's so beautiful to have you on this journey. And Taj, g'day. So if I message you and we've had a conversation in the past over the last 3 months around Texit and you're still sitting on the fence, can I give you a little healthy nudge and push you off that fence, either to the yes or the no? Sitting on the fence and being in that procrastination space is just not going to serve you. It's not going to serve your friends. It's definitely not going to serve your family. So make a decision one way or another. But here's the thing. Let's make the decisions out of a logic-based conversation versus an emotional-based conversation. Most of the time we turn opportunities away, we're actually reacting. We're not responding. So let's go to get out of our heads and get back into our hearts. And if you want someone to guide you on that journey, to give you everything that you need to make the most informed decision for yourself, we have the community here for you. Actually, I'm going to toot my own horn here for a second. We are leading the #1 team in Texit for Australia and New Zealand. Well, definitely Australia. I know that there's a ranger in New Zealand that's probably giving us a run for our money, but that's healthy competition. But myself, Andrew Clough, Leanne, Richard, there's a few builders that are starting to happen in this community now, and we're taking off. Now, there is a limited opportunity here. There's a limited time to jump in with us in this space. There are only 1 million seats available for this mining facility. It's a crowdfunding project. There are only 1 million seats available. And out of that 1 million seats available, so it stays like it's an American-owned, Texas-owned blockchain, like they're keeping their promise to their vision, there are actually only 10% of that 1 million seats available for the international community. So we have an even shorter window to jump in on this. And they're projecting that this window will close by June 2026. I'm actually going to say and put it out there, I project that this window will close around February 2026, if not sooner. So like for us Aussies, for our Kiwis, if you're watching this video, the time to act is now. Money is only money. What you can do with it, what the impact that you can have with it, the legacy, the result, the source that we can have with that can go and expand our exponential growth on our journey. But money is like oxygen, y'all. We all need it to breathe. It's what we do with it and how we play with it, how we go and operate with it is what goes and creates that impact. See, I'm all about impact. I'm all about mission. I'm all about growth. And this resource, is just a resource to help us to go play that bigger game. So let's go be the best stewards that we can of this amazing resource that we have here. So guys, let's get past the ignorance, the naivety, the arrogance, the pride. Let's get past that bullshit. I'm calling it out right now because it's not serving you, it's not serving me, and it's not serving your family. Come into this conversation with an open heart, with an open mind, with objectivity, get out of the emotions, come back into that intelligent state, and let's have a discussion, a real discussion. And you'll be surprised like I was. As I said, I had healthy skepticism too, but I'm glad I didn't stay there. I'm glad I had someone kick my ass enough to open up my eyes, to come into this and go through the feelings of it, if you will, to go through the doubt of it all, the challenging of it all, to say, okay, yep, Let's go. And I'm very, very blessed, and I'm very, very glad that I did. So thank you, Mike, if you're watching. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ricardo. I know you're watching. I know you've had a big part to play in that conversation. And I really, really love you guys and I appreciate you and very grateful to have you in my life. And I know for the people who have said yes to me, I've got some of them here on this live now. Daryl, Trish. Who else we got? We got Andrew. We got Belinda as part of the team. Stacey's part of the team. For everybody who's joined our team in the last couple of months, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for your belief in us. Thank you for your trust in us. Thank you for building this community with us, because I know this is going to transform. It already is transforming lives and creating a massive impact for the world, for the greater good. Let's go. I look forward to seeing you on the next call, but I just had to get this off my heart because I've had a lot of conversations around this lately, around helping people deal with their healthy skepticism of this. And it is healthy, but don't stay there. Don't stay stuck in that ignorance. Don't stay stuck in that naivety. Let's go and actually look at this with open eyes. You'll see what I see. You'll see what the 28,000 other miners have seen. And we're only just getting started, but that window will close and you will miss it if you don't get past your own emotions. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bit of tough love from Jeff Ross. Thanks for your time. Bye for now.